there. I'm sitting in my car. Once again, it's snowing outside, and I'm here to meet that person I was telling you about that I met at the networking the other day. It has been a comedy of errors texting this morning. I saw last night it was supposed to snow, and it was supposed to be really bad, and we waited till this morning, and then we were supposed to meet. We had to change plans. So an exercise in being flexible. And also, it's interesting because I'm not a big fan of texting because there's so much that can be handled with a telephone call. So I may have to talk to him and see if he's more of a texter in general, but I just think it's so much easier just to pick up the phone. So, and since I've been out of the work world / networking world for a while, I guess I'm a little out of practice too. So it's really funny because I was sitting here thinking about doing this, and I remember this person. Her name was Kelly G on Twitter, and I think she's still there. She actually wanted to lift the world one person at a time. Very strong chick. And she used to love recording in her car because she said the light was always good. So, and I have to say, a lot of times when I look at myself in the car, the lighting is good, and it does make me look better than some other images do. So, lighting is everything. And it's interesting too because I remember Terry Hatcher. I love it. My mind is starting to latch on to things again, a little more easily than it was. But she had taken some pictures to show people, hey, lighting is everything too. So, for anyone who looks at stuff of mine, it's I take efforts to do the best I can, to look the best I can, not necessarily for anyone else, but for myself. So that involves the makeup, that involves the lighting, that involves the wigs. I see a lot of people online and their hair starts to grow back and they stop wearing the wig, and you're going to be seeing me in wigs for quite some time because until my hair grows reasonably longer, I'm probably not going to stop wearing the wig unless one day I just suddenly wake up and say screw it. But I'm pretty sure I don't see that happening. I like longer hair, and as much as I would prefer to have my own hair, it's kind of, I guess, as much as I hate to admit it, it's kind of fun getting to choose which me I'll be in a day. But days like this, with the snow and stuff, it makes me a little more hesitant, only because in the summer it's the heat, in the winter, heat and the rain, now it's the snow. You have to, doesn't really behave like regular hair, so you got to be a little bit careful. So, I don't know. But, I don't know, I was just thinking about these things because everybody does things a little differently and has their own little quirks. And I was also thinking, when I was thinking about this in the context of my friend's mom, who, when she had been dealing with cancer, people would tell her how good she looked, and it would piss her off because she felt like crap. And, some people, you would think you're doing them a favor by telling them that they look good, and, it may not. So it's kind of an interesting thing that in life in general, people have their quirks, but when you kind of have the added factor of something like cancer that someone's dealing with, I think it becomes even a little trickier, which is why people probably are hesitant to talk to anyone who has cancer because they don't want to say the wrong thing. So, it's an interesting dance. My one niece actually told me about someone who had cancer 5 times, I think. And apparently, supposedly, just as like a whatever kind of thing. She's got several kids, and she's got all these jobs, and she's just going through life. And I guess when you get to a certain point, seeing a car pull up, I'm wondering if it might be the person I'm meeting. When you get to a certain point, you just kind of, I guess you just say screw it. Things don't matter as much. I kind of had more of that after my surgery, and I think a part of me wants to get it back. a responsible screw it. So, I think the car I saw. Seems to be leaving, so maybe it wasn't him. I think it's a little soon for him anyway, given what he said his ETA was. So, but I was talking to someone last night, which, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but I've done intuitive readings, and I actually put myself online last night for the first time in quite some time. Since I've been doing the Letters of Love, I thought, let me go ahead and do that. Although I don't know if I really thought about it or not. It might have been my intuition, because I wound up getting a couple of calls, one of which lasted well over an hour. So, things like that just do my heart so good. And one of the things I was telling the person I was talking to was, you got to be willing to risk opening your heart to get the good stuff. If you keep your heart closed, you keep your heart closed to everything. And I also said, given the arrangement she had with this person she was asking me about, that she really had nothing to lose. I keep seeing cars come in. She had nothing to lose by being herself and by saying whatever she felt. Worst case, she wouldn't have anything. And as it wasn't really what she wanted anyway. So there is something to be said. A lot of activity. There's something to be said for really being yourself and speaking your mind. And it's not going to always be perfect, and it's not going to always be pretty, and it's not going to always be something people are going to appreciate or want to hear, or, there's times I've been imperfect. Even with A, I'm expressing myself, and, he gets pissed. So, I don't know if he got pissed, but not happy. But at the same time, I haven't heard from him in, I guess it's 3 weeks now. So, if I was to do anything else, I really would have nothing to lose, because he's not talking to me anyway. So we'll see. I don't want to go there exactly, although maybe I just did. But the whole point is that if you're holding back on something, maybe consider refraining from holding back. Like really letting yourself speak your mind and let it be imperfect. And then if it's imperfect, just see if you can figure out how to make it a little more perfect. Sometimes things need further explanation. Sometimes, I know somebody, I'll tell him something and he'll hear it a different way, and I'll be like, no, that's not what I meant. And then I'll try to explain it a different way. And it's funny, because sometimes people just hear what they want to hear and not what you really say, too. So it doesn't matter what you say or how you say it. They're going to hear whatever it is that they want to hear. So even if you give it your best effort, sometimes people just aren't going to be where you want them to be either. So unless you're going to totally shut down and shut off, maybe it's in your best interest to talk. And I'm saying this as I'm thinking about some situations where I haven't said what I need to say. And I never said I was perfect, by the way. But I think I'm going to have to... I keep thinking I have to have a few conversations, and I know one of these days I'll get there. I just feel kind of vulnerable right now, and I'm not sure if I can handle it. So, I'm kind of, I guess, waiting for the time that it feels right to me to have the conversations I need to have. So just know, too, that if you're hearing me say these things, I'm not saying go out today and say everything you need to say to everyone, because I know it's not easy. At the same time, there is some freedom around it, and as long as I don't do it, it kind of lingers there for me. So, I just got a message from him. He'll be here in 5 minutes. So, I guess I will wrap this up. So this is Car Confessions signing off. until next time, have a lovely and safe day. Bye-bye.